Wait up, hold a second. We've got big news coming tomorrow. CPI is on our front door, and today's video is going to help prepare you for tomorrow's news. Welcome back, guys, to my channel. My name is Nick, and on my channel I go through trading setups, the latest market news. I do Forex, I do stocks, I do cryptos, I do all sorts of stuff. Thank you for being here, and if you do enjoy my content, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here, and let's jump in. So the dollar is trading down recently, and pretty strongly down, ahead of tomorrow's CPI numbers. Now, CPI, if you are not necessarily into the fundamental side, CPI is a measurement of inflation, and it really matters to you and I as consumers, as well as to the Federal Reserve, who is monitoring inflation to try and keep it under control here in the United States. So US inflation numbers do drop tomorrow, and what will that do for you if you're trading Forex or indices or futures or whatever? It'll do a lot, because the inflation number tomorrow is probably one of the most anticipated numbers that we will see all month. So the markets are probably going to get ready for a big move. So how do we prepare for that? Well, for me right now, the truth is the dollar looks really weak. It looks really bearish. And as we see this thing continue to push down, I personally am looking for shorting opportunities on the dollar. Of course, I don't trade the dollar index, but we'll talk some currency pairs here today, as well as some indices in gold as well, for those of you guys who would like that. So stick around, and again, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. All right, so in terms of the dollar, saw a big push down, slight retracement, and this slight retracement in terms of a technical perspective told me a lot that I needed to know about the dollar. The weakness here on the dollar is pretty weak, because again, you saw this big sell-off without even retracing back to resistance. Oftentimes, for those of you who are more on the technical analysis side of things, you know that a key level of support like this breaking oftentimes does get retested before continuing. But in rare events, we see a big break followed by a very weak retracement, followed by another big push to the downside. This is really intriguing because, again, if we see a very slight retracement before we didn't even get back to major levels of resistance, that shows us how strong selling pressure is on the dollar. So how do we play this? Well, again, I think that pullbacks on the dollar index are probably going to be met with more resistance. There clearly is some strong-handed sellers in this market, and so if we do start to get something like perhaps a 50% retracement or general area here, you may see some sellers step in and take advantage of this market. Now, of course, that is my opinion. Dollar does look weak. It does seem like inflation is headed in the right direction, but we'll need to wait to see what happens tomorrow with the CPI number to kind of confirm that bias. But generally speaking, I'm pretty dollar bearish right now, and we'll see if I'm right about that. So of course, a big one that people trade when talking about the dollar is they flip it around and they talk about gold, which I actually think had a really impressive breakout here ahead of CPI. Now, this shows how strong gold bulls seem to be right now, as this level of resistance that we've got here on the chart, big level here, 1932, being retested over and over by sellers, but then just recently breaking out. This actually shows a lot of strength. So when we drop down to the 1 hour chart perspective here today, I marked up this area here in red. These were past levels of resistance, but then I marked from the previous low to the newest high, got us a Fibonacci retracement, and things look really intriguing. Should we poke down into this area here around the 50% to 38.2% retracement. So I think gold looks strong from a momentum perspective. So pullback opportunities could be intriguing going into the remainder of this week. We'll of course have to see what CPI brings for some volatility. Whether you trade before or after the news is up to you, of course, based on your strategy. If you're more of a scalper or day trader, I'd say be very careful trading ahead of CPI. But if you're more of a swing trader, keep an eye on it. It should be really intriguing to see what happens there. I do also want to talk about COT data, where we talk about gold. You can see that we have a big, long exposure from institutional money. So big money seems to be really long gold right now. And if we take a look at the most recent change, we can actually highlight this here on the EDGEFINDER. So if I go right here, gold will show us that 14,200 contracts long were added to gold here in the most recent week's COT data. There also was an increase in shorts, but it was pretty mild compared to the longs added. This brings us up to 76.56% of open interest right now on the long side, according to institutional traders. Now, where am I getting this data from? It's from the Commitment of Traders data, but what we do, the COT report comes out as this horribly ugly text file. Our software pulls in that messy, ugly text file and converts it into a really easy to read visual platform that you're seeing in front of you. We call it the Smart Money Tracker, as what we do is we take it and we slice up the data and create biases based on it. If you don't have access to our tool and you would like access to it, this is a pretty big reminder that right now we are currently doing half off the EDGEFINDER. That's right, you get 50% off the EDGEFINDER right now. There will be information down below in the description. All you have to do, if that's something you're interested in getting access to, is send us a direct message using the link in the description below. When you click that link, this is what's going to happen. When you click that link, you'll be directed to our website where we have a live chat support center. When you click chat now, just click 50% off the EDGEFINDER. And if you made it this far in the video, if you're watching and you're interested in the EDGEFINDER, exciting news for people who are watching and you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Not only do you get 50% off, we are actually upping it to 55% off if and only if you message us using the link that's found at the top of the description. Again, this is a limited time offer, so if you're somebody who's been watching my videos for a while and you appreciate my content or you want access to the tools that I'm using to place my trades, purchase our software now and you'll get the best discount ever off of the product and the price that it's usually posted. This is a ginormous savings. That's why I keep mentioning it, because I don't want people who are interested and people who watch my channel who would like to get tools can do so right now for the best price that we've ever done on the software that we have in front of you. So feel free to take advantage of it. And again, message us if you want more information, if you have questions, or you just want to qualify for that 55% discount. Anyways, let's keep going and talk about setups here. I'm still long NASDAQ, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little bit of a struggle train for me. Give me 1 second, I'll pause and come back and I'll show you guys my brokerage account. All right guys, so I've got my NASDAQ position pulled up on my stock brokerage, Webull. This is what I trade on. As a US client, my options are limited to trade things like CFDs, like NAS 100, US 30. I can't really do that. If you are a US client, by the way, there will be a link down below in the description to sign up for a Webull account if you're interested. You do get free shares if you use my link. So again, check it out in the description down below. Anyways, I'm floating a loss on this position. I'm down $176. You can see my P&L if we zoom in over here, $191 down at the time of recording this. And man, this thing has been a little bit frustrating if I'm being honest, because I entered it over here and it's just gone up and then down and then up and then down. And again, I think going into tomorrow's CPI number, it's probably just sort of a normalization move. So I'm going to try and not be too impatient about this. It's probably just consolidating ahead of tomorrow's big news. As I mentioned, tomorrow's news is probably the biggest news of the month in terms of expected volatility. CPI is expected to be really big. So again, I'll see if I can hold on to my trade. My stop loss, by the way, is just below the previous lows. So if we take out this lows, I'm just going to go ahead and stop out and rethink my trade or wait for another opportunity to look to get long. I'm not afraid of hitting my stop loss. It's a small loss on the account. And again, that's where I'm kind of at with this trade. I do fortunately have some options trades. For those of you guys who are into options or curious about options, I sold puts on IWM. This trade is going very well, so I'm making money. I'm up $151 on this trade. If we take a look at the Dow, DIA, this is the US 30. They're all the same thing. They're just tracking the Dow Jones. I sold puts on this one. I'm up about $175 on this one as well. And I sold puts on silver. All of these are bullish plays that I have on these three different charts. So I sold SLV puts. This is an ETF that tracks the price of silver essentially. So I sold puts. I sold two different puts. One is in profit, $76.50, and the other is down $10.50. And I do also have one put I sold. Yeah, this one's just barely break even. This is a bond ETF. So I sold puts on a bond ETF. I'm doing a lot of options trading, and this is something that we've added to the Discord channel. If you guys aren't in the Discord already, we actually did start putting out my options trades, as well as Frank's got his trades. The information for the Discord, if you're interested, is also found down below in the description. So anytime I take trades, you can sign up for these if these alerts would be helpful to you. You can also bundle it with the EDGEFINDER if that's something you're interested. Again, message us using the link in the description if you want information about the Discord or the EDGEFINDER, and someone from my team will help you out. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. It's going to be a very busy week. We are going to be live streaming, so I invite you to join us for the CPI stream. We'll be live on this channel as well as the A1 Trading YouTube channel, and I hope to see some of you guys there. Have a great rest of your trading day. If you're looking to improve as a trader, we've got some cool free resources here that I wanted to share as we close today's video. Down below in the description, there is a link to join our Discord channel or our Telegram channel. And we also have our website, a1trading.com, where traders can get access to free course material to help you improve as a trader. Remember, we are also live Monday through Friday on this channel around 9:30 a.m. US Eastern, broadcasting most live news events and that sort of thing. So hope to see you there. And also, we do have a couple videos here showing up on the screen. If either of these seems like it might be helpful to you, then make sure to click here or here, and we'll see you there.